Perfect. So today, here everybody, Alida Hernandez, Nuestro magazine, and also rebooted the podcast because I think we're going to be talking about a lot of different things today with our special guest, Sapphire, um, regarding her talent and humanitarian that's in her that I didn't know about, that I just read about. So how you doing today, Sapphire?
Oh, Alita, I am so good. I am fabulous and really, really happy to be able to talk to you. And thank you so much for having me on the show today. I really am excited.
You're welcome. You're welcome. We met 2 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
the Latin Grammys, just
Right.
walking around, and that was a crazy time.
It was, but it was awesome to meet you. So hey, here we are.
Exactly. 2 years later, and you're still out there singing. I was listening to your music. I'm very impressed. I want to say that, first of all, I don't know your whole background, which you'll tell me later, but I know you speak 3 languages, which I think is fabulous. You sing in English, you sing in Spanish, you sing in Portuguese. I was floored. I was really floored. And I know the music because I live in a Brazilian kind of community here. It's a lot of Brazilians in South Florida. And
Mm-hmm.
so I know Brazilian music. So I like the song that you had there. It's kind of like a bossa nova, kind of a nice, jazz, and your voice was beautiful. And then you had a pop, reggaeton, just a little, you got a little flavor of everything there. So I really love it. So first of all, how did you begin with music?
Oh, I began with music. Sorry about that. I think I got another call coming in. I began with music really as a kid. I'm that kid, that adult that was a kid who did the show choir, in high school. And then I was part of a professional children's show choir way back when, if we want to go back that far. So I was kind of that music and arts kid. And that's how I got into really the whole performance thing, show choir in my high school. And then as far as the whole Latin connection, I'm originally from Cleveland, Ohio, and I was probably the only kid on my block that was listening to salsa because the community that I grew up in was largely, we didn't really have a lot of Latinos in that part of Cleveland where I'm from. I'm from the east side, and most of the Puerto Rican population lives on the west side. But they had a radio station, Alita, that would play every Saturday, and they would play like all the greatest, the greatest salsa classics. And so I would be blasting that from my bedroom at like 14, just trying to teach myself Spanish vis-a-vis salsa. So that's kind of
Wow.
how that all
So
came
you
along.
don't have any Spanish roots?
Yo no tengo raíces latinas, pero llevo la música y la cultura dentro de mi corazón.
Wow. So ¿cómo aprendiste español? How did you learn Spanish? Just from listening to the music?
No, yo comencé así, pero viajando, yo estudié, bueno, en high school, en el
Yeah.
colegio. Después should I be speaking? Is this okay? Or
It's fine. It's fine. We do
It's
Spanglish.
okay.
Yeah, it's great.
Spanglish. We can do Spanglish.
We do Spanglish. And Portuñón. If you know what Portuñón is.
Portuguese.
I know Portuñón. Yo falo portugués y después mezclo español y ya, I do that.
You got it all. You got it all. I love it. How I learned Spanish, yeah, really just, I'm telling you, that sort of passion for the language, just that bug bit me very young. And I just was determined to learn, it really resonated with me. So I took it in high school and all of that, but it really got better when I went to college. So I went to college to get a degree in Spanish and did the study abroad program and lived in Mexico.
Okay.
And all of that, and traveled in the summers to Venezuela, different countries, always to learn, Dominican Republic, but always to study, right, and to learn about the culture. That was always my focus. And then went back to get a master's degree in Latin American studies. So
Wow, you got more. You know more than I do, and I'm Latin blood. I was born in New York from Puerto Rican parents and grandparents and great grandparents, And so, you know, the music, my father's was a pianist. He's passed away. My mother's still around. She's a pianist. So music's always
Right.
been in our life, but I wasn't the one. I like dance, but I wasn't too good to I could never read the music, like reading music and then trying to play at the same time, like that coordination. I had issues, you know. And when you have parents that are artists, it's really hard to learn because they're so perfectionist. So
Mhm.
I felt too much pressure, so I just kind of skipped it.
Oh,
But I
okay.
still have I always have music in my life. So always, always, always. It brings me back all the time. That's how I started
There
the
you go.
magazine. That's how I started the magazine. I said, you know, I'm tired of seeing um the talent that's out there that's not recognized because you don't have the money to go to the big awards, or you don't have the money to do an album, but you have talent. There has to be a way for independent artists to get out there, regardless of our internet and social media, but you need other people to push you. So that's why I would love to call you and other artists like that people don't know, that have so much talent out there, that like, hey, hello, this is an up and coming artist. Look, she's right here, you know? So that's what I try to do with the magazine, is just really help these new coming artists to coming out there. My husband's a salsa singer. He's working on 2 more songs. So I already got thinking after I heard you singing. So we got to talk.
So that is so awesome. That is so awesome. Listen, that's just, I didn't realize that. I didn't know that's how your magazine came about when we met. But look, I want to tell you, I've been listening to the Rebooted podcast,
Oh, yeah.
and I want to congratulate you, Alida. I'm so proud of you because the topics that you're covering are so relevant, right? And really valuable when you're talking about health and wellness for people. And so I congratulate you for having that as a focus, because it will continue to inspire people like myself to continue to push forward. And thank you so much for focusing on us independent artists and giving us a voice.
Know, cause and effect, right? So it's understanding how to choose those things right. And look, you did that. You found a passion for the culture. You didn't know anything about you. Yeah, I mean, I look at you, you can pass for Puerto Rican or Latina, you know that. People will probably always tell you, you know, where are you from, Venezuela or Dominican, right? They must tell you that a lot.
Uh, I have heard that, and that is a compliment, and it's, I love the culture and I appreciate that. But being an African American woman, I consider myself also to be a trailblazer of sorts, because I want people, other American people, to understand and appreciate and embrace, right, this culture that I love so much. We can cross different cultures, and we
Exactly.
have influences from here, there, and everywhere. And I just feel that the Latino community has so many just extraordinary artists, Alida, that you can be inspired by and learn from, and help you to develop as an artist yourself. So yeah, I want
Yeah,
to stand on the shoulders of the people like the Celia Cruzes of the world, and well, there was
exactly.
only one, right?
This you got nominated. So we got to talk about that. We've been off topic, a whole bunch of stuff. Um, it's all good. It's all connected to the music and the
That's
industry.
right.
But I don't want to keep going off topic. So I do want to talk about the awards you just went to. And that was in New York City, right?
It was in New York City. This was the Latinos Award NYC organization. And I just want to say that it was an amazing experience to have been nominated for this year for Independent Artist of the Year. And I also want to just take a minute to congratulate all of my fellow nominees, because there were some really talented artists there this year, Alida, really great. And I just feel so honored to have been included in that pool of people. So it was really, really, really an honor. And but yeah, to be nominated was a tremendous honor. To be invited to go to such an event, and the Latinos Award NYC is a great organization. It's very interesting awards process because I was in a category where you are voted by the public, right? So there were so many friends and family and fans, people who support what I do that voted for me. And, you know, hey, what can you do but feel like a winner, Alida, okay?
Exactly.
When people come out and support like that and you feel the love, you know you're doing something right.
Yeah, that was awesome. That's awesome. You got my vote.
Oh, hey, you saw my thank you. I said, let me make sure that she knows that I really
Yeah.
appreciate it from the heart.